Round two, pick what, 21. The Eagles, or as they call them, the Eagles, they go out and they get Jalen Hurts. It feels early, as you mentioned, Seymour. But you look at him, SEC Offensive Player of the Year in 2016, obviously Heisman Trophy runner-up 2019. He's got a lot of, as you like to say, skins on the wall.
He's got skins on the wall. He also has winning DNA. And I think that's what we're going to get a chance to take a look at. This kid is special. He's won at two different schools.
Yeah, and this is the thing I put this play first on this tape because you mentioned him as a gadget, as a package player. And I look at this, and this is something that can work with the motion, the misdirection, and him not being afraid and being capable because he's so strong to run up the middle.
He's a red area assassin like here. So we see this. What they're going to do is fake the jet sweep action, identify the defense, and now what he does really well, Michael, is he understands angles. He can feel the natural run creases, and he's strong enough at 222 pounds that he can get that push to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, and speaking of strong enough, right, and elusive, athletic enough, I love this play, which I put on here as well, just because look at the way that he's looking, looks left, doesn't have anything, squirts through there, and then that arm, he has a strong arm, I think a stronger arm than a lot of people realize.
Especially on intermediate throws. I mean, that's where this kid really thrives. And yes, you mentioned it, escapability. Look at the eyes, stay down the field. It's sort of an off-platform throw. He's got enough arm talent to put the ball in there. But watch it. When things get muddy around, can you operate under duress and chaos? And he shows you that he can do that. No panic in his game at all. He just slides up, moves, has good feel, and then he's able to hit his target down the field. This is a guy that's been very improved in this area, okay? The intermediate throws, he can do this all day. If you keep him in his lane right here, this is something that he can be highly effective in, and I think this is an element that he can add to the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting, and I think that when you're strong, you don't have to be scared, and I think that's the part for him that works. We saw the videos of him squatting and all those things. This is a guy that's a monster, and here, again, you see that fearlessness, right? Like, this is not a good throw. This is a great play by CeeDee Lamb in my mind, but I love the way that he stands in the pocket and knows I'm willing to take a chance so that my guy can make a play.
And watch the bottom of your screen. You get corner fire here. You get blitz off the edge. They got the running back in conflict because they have two rushers coming. He stands tall in the pocket, as you did mention, and it's a very valid point. This isn't a great decision by Jalen Hurts by any stretch, but the fact that he felt the pressure, the blitz, he knows, he sees the safety rolling over, and now he knows he's got some sort of cover too, so he's trying to fit the ball right between them and trusting that his slot receiver, CeeDee Lamb, is going to be there and outpace the linebacker on the underneath coverage. And so I like it. What that shows you is that he's going to give his guys a chance to make a play on the rock, as we saw there. So these are some of the things that I think a lot of scouts, when evaluating this kid, kind of left saying, look, all right, he does take chances, but he will push the field. All right. He's not afraid to take risk. And sometimes for offensive coordinators, they love to see that in quarterbacks coming into the big show.
Right, especially because everybody is like, I can clean this up, I can fix this. So when I look at him, one of the things that you are going to have to fix is anticipation. And for, I think, quarterbacks that are good, and obviously we talk about the best of the best, whether it's Tom Brady or it's Aaron Rodgers, if they're not making timing throws, they're making anticipatory throws because they know what's about to happen. To me, this is the play that stood out probably the most over his career as a guy who doesn't see it till it happens, and that's where you can get into some trouble.
Exactly right. I mean, you talk about a guy that usually focused on half read, half field type reads. And I think that's what you see here. The issues with this kid, Jalen Hurts, is that he holds the ball too long. Now he's working from a very clean pocket here. So he's going to let this 2x2 set. He knows he's got this post screaming down the middle. He's going to stand in there and then, weave this ball into some traffic there. But it's good, it's good that he can drop the ball in there. But I think that's what he's got to get better at. You got to have that clock in your head that says, got to get rid of the ball. He's not an anticipatory passer, as you pointed out, but they can work with that. They can develop that. But when the pocket's clean.
Right now, he's open.
Yeah, get it to him. Put the ball on him. Put the ball on him. Get it to him now. He loves to hold it. And that's why he also sometimes is vulnerable to sacks.
Yeah, I just think we run this one back, and I look at this, and to me, Seymour, he's open right now. Let's throw that football now. You should never be throwing a post all the way to the other side numbers. That's the part where I'm like, I think about it when I think about with safeties, right? Where a safety doesn't realize the quarterback's throwing the ball until the ball is coming out of his hands going down the field. This is the offensive version of that, where he doesn't realize the guy's open until he's running, butt booty naked wide open. And so now you're throwing him into coverage. This is what I want to see out of him, is this patience, where I see him check down at the bottom to the left first and then know that I can get my guy across the middle because somebody has vacated that space.
Yeah, he definitely finds the cavity in the defense here. And he looks down at the bottom of the screen. He sees the corner playing off with a bail technique. He knows it's zone coverage. And so he's going to have the hole right there, right in the middle of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, he identified that. He could read and diagnose the defense, which I think is an area he's improved as well. Remember, he doesn't throw a lot of turnovers. I mean, he had 32 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over often, but he can get better at processing a little faster, and that's going to be the job of the offensive coordinator next year.
Yeah, so as we wrap up on Hurts, I want to get your quick thoughts. I think we both view him initially as a gadget player, but do you think he has what it takes going forward under the tutelage of Peterson? Peterson, excuse me. Give me quick 15. Do you think he has what it takes to be a starter in the NFL moving forward?
He's a leader of men, number one. And I think when you're an NFL quarterback and you step in that huddle, you have to be able to check that box. He does that. He is a winner, number two. And so I think he has those traits and skill set to be successful. Now they're going to have to cater that offense a little bit more to what he does versus Carson Wentz. But this is a guy that's proven it everywhere he's been. So I have no reason to think that he can't be successful in the NFL.